Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Dalton at Dalton895, which is another Transformers Studio Series video, and today we're taking a look at the Studio Series 8629 Bumblebee from the 86 movie, of course. So, there he is there, charging into battle, open window, very small figure, but we'll be doing some comparisons to show that he isn't as small as everyone thinks he is. I mean, there's a joke in there somewhere, but anyways, there he is, full robot mode. Little close-up image there of him. And it says the depths of Unicron, so this is referencing that scene near the end of the movie after Rodimus opens the Matrix. Big screen inspired, 23 steps. His penny racer looking vehicle mode. Not quite a Beetle, not quite anything really, just a cute little chibi penny racer car. And of course, robot mode. So yeah, let's go ahead and get him opened and check him out. And here is Bumblebee out of his packaging, and he's a fun little figure. Did have a couple of issues with mine as far as QC. I had to take these bicep joints and run them under some hot water with a pair of needle nose pliers just to get it to form around. And I don't know if it's, fully fixed, that they might pop off at some point because there's a detented joint in the elbow when it's fully bent for vehicle mode, or even just, 90-degree bend for robot mode, to where if you go to undo it, the whole bicep would come off the mushroom peg. So there is that to note. If you have that issue, it is a simple fix. You just apply some light heat, manipulate it to where it's a little bit tighter, and then immediately put it under some ice water. So there is that. Another little complaint I have is, why are we still painting over black plastic with yellow? If you're going to do this, do it the other way around. Do yellow plastic, paint over it with the black or gray like we did, or like you did here. Stop doing this. It does not match, and it's kind of jarring here in person. So hopefully Toy Hacks will get out, or will put out a set that more matches the color of the plastic, along with some blue cel-shaded windows, kind of like they did for the United 5-pack, or even just like metallic blue windows like they did here for Trailbreaker. And I dropped Bumblebee's blaster. Where did it go? So yes, as far as accessories, he does come with his very show-accurate blaster. There is that very short handle. Now, the one I tend to prefer as far as the blasters go is the one from the Centurion drone set, and it still fits in his hand, albeit very tightly. But it's still essentially the same piece, just actually fully molded. It's not hollowed out at all. But it does look like two pieces glued together, so it is probably two hollow pieces together. So, I don't know. They look about the same. So, yeah, I mean, it is whatever you choose. So, I mean, whatever you want to go with there. And, of course, there goes the arm. My arm. Sorry, Bumblebee, this is not the time to act like Huffer. Or, if you want, you could take the little blaster from the Origins Bumblebee, and that should also fit just... it's really... There we go. So you can have him using that one as well, if you want to use that blaster. So speaking of other Bumblebees, let's go ahead and bring in the obvious one, being the Earthrise Netflix Bumblebee. Now, this one does a few things, of course, better than this one, namely the design of the robot mode feet. Like, this one, I mean, he never had the feet like that in the show. Yeah, it's kind of an homage to the toy, but this is supposed to be Studio Series, which is supposed to be more accurate to the cartoon. This one beats it in that regard as far as just the feet. I mean, that's really it. And I kind of like the head a little bit better on Earthrise one. I mean, this one is cute, but I don't know, just it's lacking detail. Whereas, bring in the Origins Bee, I mean, closer to the same size. The head is a little bit wider here, but it does have that extra detail. So if it was slimmer like this, but had the same detail, I would swap the heads. But it's not too terrible. Now bringing in his buddy Spike, there is some major size difference there. In the movie, they were close to the same size, maybe something like that. So if you want, you can bring in, let me attach his leg because that seems to be something that pops off all the time on this, the Masterpiece, which is closer. But honestly, we need a more deluxe-sized Spike. I think Core Class was just too small for the character. Core would work for Daniel, since, you know, he's a kid. Maybe Spike had that exosuit, you know, earlier in life. Maybe in his early 20s, around, I guess, the mid-90s in cartoon continuity. But yeah, so not awful. There's just some things done better by the Netflix one. I know some people would disagree because of the parts forming and everything. They just hate the mold, but I don't know. There's just some things done better by that design. I'm gonna stop rambling. Paint details, other than, you know, the yellow paint that looks green, we do have just the plain old Autobot symbol, no back lining because that's how it was in the cartoon. He does have another one in the front of the vehicle, but we'll get to that eventually. There is not a ton of paint on him, surprisingly. So there is some here on the bumper. You get the silver for the rims, silver headlights. You do get the windows painted back here, the bumper, red for the taillights, of course, silver for the face, that kind of metallic blue for the eyes, and of course the silver weapon. And that's pretty much it for what mode paint. So there is that. His head is on a ball joint. It is fairly tight. Doesn't get a lot of expression. I mean, you do get a little side to side, up and down. Ball jointed shoulders all the way out. You do get a bicep swivel, 90 degrees at the elbow. You do get a wrist swivel. Got a waist swivel all the way around, all the way forward and back, all the way out. You do get 90 at the knee, forward and back due to the transformation. And his ankle joint is halfway through his shin, again, due to the transformation, which, you know, this one, of course, again, did better. Just the legs on this Bumblebee are definitely better than the new one. I do get, I guess, a little bit of forward and back at the ankle, but that's just the transformation joint. So I guess we'll go ahead and get into transformation now. Go ahead and remove the weapon, bend the arms 90 degrees. Now, this is a little bit tricky, but I just found just to tilt this back a little bit and bring it up. It's more tricky going into robot mode from here, but just bring that up like that. Go ahead and open up the chest piece, fold the head inside. It's on a detented joint there. Go ahead and close that up. Go ahead and bring the arms down like this. That will allow you, actually from here, go ahead and untab this and swing out that door piece. Close that panel. Close that little piece up there. Same thing on the other side. Bring that down, open that up, fold that up, and it will just tab right onto there. Flip that little section up. Then from here, bring this whole assembly down just like that, revealing that Autobot symbol there on the hood. Bring that down. And then from here, we'll collapse this up just to here for now. And I don't know why this joint is here, unless it's for a future remold. Like, honestly, I didn't look at the instructions, so I don't know what the purpose of this is, other than to bring it out and rotate it and bring it back down. But you could just easily do the same thing in one fluid motion right here. So I don't know what that joint is for. I'll take a look at the instructions later. So bring that down, collapse this up, forming the rear of the vehicle. Bring this whole section down. Actually, first, bend that reverse knee joint. Same thing, reverse knee joint. Plug those together. And then this hip section will just come up fully. Just tab that all in. Make sure it's all tabbed together. There we have Bumblebee in his little penny racer mode. So, right off the bat, I know a lot of people are disappointed that this isn't a Beetle. I fully understand why they didn't want to have to deal with the constraints of the Volkswagen license. I know the MP was able to do the penny racer Volkswagen mode, but I don't think Hasbro wanted to deal with that just for a main retail release. I can understand it for MP, wanting it to be as close as possible to Volkswagen while looking like the cartoon. This kind of pulls off that same effect while still giving that kind of cartoonish look, I guess. Even in the cartoon, even though he looked like a Beetle, it was still kind of like this, kind of a nondescript, compact car that looked somewhat like a Beetle. And that's what they achieved here. And they also did it in a way to where they could easily retool this into a plethora, hopefully they do that, of other characters. I mean, all you'd have to do is change the feet here, and look at that. Oh, and then add a spoiler back here, and what do you know? We got Cliff Jumper. So, easy remold fodder, while still, not having to deal with any licensing. So, I can understand it, and I understand both sides. Like, I like playing devil's advocate and seeing, all perspectives. But I still quite enjoy it. Like, it still looks enough like, G1 Bumblebee for me to not be too upset. Weapon storage, just plug right into there, and you can do that in the same in robot mode. And, part of me does kind of hope we'd get a little upgrade that's just the little spare tire thing. I just think that'd be a cute little add-on thing. It doesn't have to do anything. It just could be just a little thing for like maybe $2. Just, boop, there you go. So there is that. So let me get the others in vehicle mode and we will compare. So here he is with the Netflix Bumblebee. And yeah, I know a lot of people hate the transformation parts forming on this and just the mold in general. I mean, I disagree. It's still a fun mold, even with the parts forming, but it's kind of there, kind of not. It's a good update on Bumblebee while still keeping the actual Volkswagen Beetle. You've got the more somewhat cartoon accurate version here. I definitely like the brighter shade of yellow compared to this weird yellow-orange. So, yeah, still really great. And all four wheels are pinned. I absolutely love that, whereas these are just the clip-on wheels. So, let's see. All the way. Yeah. Now bringing in the Origin Bumblebee. So you can see it's more kind of like what you'd expect. Just wish he had the blue windows. So yeah, definitely like the brighter shade of yellow here with this one, even though it's like 3 different shades of yellow. And just because some of you probably like seeing me torture myself, here is the MP version 2.0 B. While yes, it is still Volkswagen, it's kind of accurate, kind of not. Like, both of them can be accurate, and it's just comical how the MP is still the same size as the Studio Series one. So, you can kind of see that. Just, this thing's a nightmare. Just getting everything in the right spot. Just such a small figure. So, there is that. So, we'll go ahead and get him back into robot mode. It's a simple transformation again. So, we'll start by untabbing this section here. Bring out that hip joint, straightening out those knee joints, split the leg, go ahead and rotate this whole section down and around, bring out this piece with the tab, bring out that piece, close up that door, and just tab that onto there. There's one foot, bring this up and around, bring out that tab, flip this panel down, close that panel, and that will just tab onto there. And then from here, we'll take this section, tab these, bring the section up, rotate these down, just tab into place, go and straighten out the arms. Okay, that time the arm did not come off, so that's great. Go ahead and open up this panel here. Bring this whole backpack section down. Fold it down like this, and that should just tab right into there. Fold the head back, close that up, and there is Bumblebee back in robot mode. And give me just a moment. And to torture myself some more, here is the MP 2.0 Bumblebee. So you can see, again, comparison. Now, if they did, you know, the feet like this and the Netflix version would have been a lot better. Just compress this a little bit more, would have been better. I would have been fine. But yeah, I mean, I don't hate it. It's definitely not the best figure ever, but still fun and nice to have a more Studio Series inspired Bumblebee for your collection. So, and this is going to be a year-round figure. It's part of that A-level or A-tier assortment that Hasbro has started. Now, I believe the Optimus or Orion from Transformers 1 is supposed to be one of those as well. I don't understand why him. I get maybe it's because of the movie, but why not do the Legacy United G1 toy-inspired Optimus as your A-level Optimus? Why the movie version instead of, you know, I don't know. Rambling, as I do. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I don't know if this is more of a review or a comparison, but let me know what you think of Studio Series 86 Bumblebee. Do you think it's close enough as far as vehicle mode and, I guess, robot mode to being a good cartoon representation of Bumblebee? Or if you're going to stick with the Netflix version, or if you would have liked somewhere in between those. I mean, personally, I'm fine with it. I mean, I'm not replacing this one. This is just going to go on a different shelf. So, that being said, hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to check out those links below, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. So long. Take care.